We're back at it safely here, live from Studio 1 in downtown Wenatchee. This is Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. I am Dan Kuntz, your host. Tuesday, 27th day of April, 2021. Got some good stuff for you today. There is a lot of news. Busy day in the newsroom yesterday. We'll touch on that. Beautiful day today. Gorgeous weather. Things are looking good. We got a ridge of high pressure. It's going to continue to build up. Going to warm us up quite a bit. Then we cool down a skosh over the weekend, but things are looking good, very spring-like, very nice-like. We're getting towards the very end of April, getting ready to welcome May come this weekend. A forecast I think you're going to like. If you like it sunny and mild, you'll like the forecast. And when we deliver it to you. Lots of sports to get to, including a fascinating video from the Wenatchee Valley Super Oval. Gives you a great deal of appreciation for the professionals who work up there. You're not going to believe this video when we show it to you in sports. Mariners, by the way, lost. Remember, they took Houston to the cleaners a couple weeks ago, but the Astros were a tad shorthanded. Now that the Astros are back up to full strength, the Astros did what they normally do to the Mariners, which is beat them. We'll have highlights of that coming up, plus the obscure holiday, today in history, some celebrity birthdays. Mike McNally's got an opinion. And I had a chance yesterday to go down to Walla Walla Point Park and sit down and talk to Shelley Story, who runs the local chapter of MOPS, Mothers of Preschoolers, and their annual Run for Your Mother 5K is coming up on Saturday, May 8th, 1 week from this Saturday. It's their annual big fundraiser. We'll catch you up with Shelley in the back half of the program. Nice morning, 45 degrees. Let's see what we got from our cameras around the valley, and we start out always with the cross camera. For the record, yesterday's high and low, 67 and 40. That's what we did on Monday. Normally 65 and 43, so it was pretty close to normal for a late April day. Sunrise this morning, 5:50. Sunset tonight, 8:07. That's 14 hours and 17 minutes of daylight. Just a few high clouds to the north of us, and outside of that, we're looking good. Trees are really starting to bud out now. They are looking good. My oak tree has had a very good last 3 or 4 days. Could use a little more rain. In fact, I think I'm going to have to water the yard today since there's no rain in the forecast. Camera 2, Megan's Choice. Apple Annie's is our destination. Good morning to Kashmir. This is a perfect example of the trees really taking off. We used this camera maybe a week ago, and those orchards that you see at the top of your screen, they were all covered in white, of course, the application that they use in the spring. And now look at the buds getting to go. Apples have blossomed. Cherries have already blossomed, I believe. So we're getting ready to get into the growing season as we look over beautiful Kashmir, Washington. Camera number 3. Ooh, yeah, Union Valley? Hey, I got one right. Good morning, Lake Chelan. We'll be paying you a visit come tomorrow. The snow continues to recede from the higher elevations around the lake. That's a gorgeous view from Union Valley. So to your left, let you know what you're looking at. To your left would be the town of Chelan. To your right is Manson. Gorgeous view there. Camera number 4. They're all good views. Who's kidding who? Ooh, is that Lake Wenatchee? Is that the Two Rivers camera? I believe that is the Two Rivers camera. High atop a tower. It's about 250 feet tall, the actual tower is. So it's not quite sunny enough for that camera to go to color. To your left would be the White River. To your right would be the Little Wenatchee. You can't see either one of them. You can't really even make out the lake for that matter. But good morning to our friends at Lake Wenatchee. Thanks for starting your day with us. Everybody's in for a beautiful day today. It's a get out and enjoy kind of a day from the National Weather Service. Here we go. Here's your forecast. A few clouds will be thickening up today. No big deal. No real wind. Just increasing clouds. We'll get up to about 71 degrees as the ridge begins to build up. Cloudy tonight, 46 for the overnight low. Mixture of clouds and sun Wednesday, warmer still. Also a little on the humid side with a high of 77. 51 for the overnight low Wednesday night because we're going to have a little bit of cloud cover, so a little bit of a light blanket over the valley Wednesday night into Thursday morning, all the way up to 82. They tell us on Thursday, again, a couple of little stray winds here and there, nothing we can't handle. Friday, we're looking at partly cloudy skies and a high of 76. Then we cool down to more seasonable temperatures, 71, 70, 71 on Saturday, Sunday, and Monday as we welcome May. So a gradual cool down back to where we should be for this time of the year. Again, a normal high, mid-60s or so, so a warm trend, and then we're back down to where we should be. Outside of that, no real dramatic weather. Very quiet. In fact, all things considered, all spring long, it's been just very quiet. Haven't had any dramatic storms, no torrential downpours, no real wind issues. It's just been kind of quiet for the Wenatchee Valley, and I have no problems with that. So there's your forecast from the National Weather Service. All right, we are going to take a quick break. When we come back, we got a lot of news to get to on this Tuesday, and it's 1 minute away. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
Having a relationship with your pediatrician is so important. Feeling that sense of trust, that is priceless. I tell everybody about CVCH. I love it there. When I make an appointment, I don't have to take an entire day off. As a working mom, my life is really busy. Family time is everything. That's what we all work towards. And I feel like CVCH respects that.
Is search engine optimization right for my business? Maybe. Studies show the first and second search results get 50% of all the clicks. But you have to fight national chains to get there. If the user has to scroll down to find you, tough luck. You could hide a dead body on page 2 and the whole zombie apocalypse on page 3. Or you could spend less and get an ad in the Impact Big Print phone book, giving local businesses a chance to shine.
Impact Directories. Bigger print, better book.
45 degrees outside of our studios, just about 70 with some thickening clouds, kind of a in and out, kind of a shortwave system coming through. Then we'll do a kind of a cloud sun back and forth with highs eventually climbing up into the lower 80s by Thursday. Then we cool back down to more seasonable norms by the weekend. And at 7 minutes after the hour, here are your headlines. A Bellevue man died after a bouldering accident. This happened Friday evening at a popular climbing spot just outside of Leavenworth. 27-year-old Jared Frizz was pronounced dead at the scene. He had been climbing Bruce's Boulder, which is a rock wall along Icicle Road. Chelan County Coroner Wayne Harris said some of the anchors that Frizz had set on his climb gave way. He fell about 30 feet. Frizz was described as an experienced climber, originally hailing from Denton, Texas. The Ephrata United Methodist Church suffered heavy damage on Sunday morning. A candle that was left behind, well, it sparked a structure fire. Firefighters said the fire spread from a candle in the bathroom into a church office, eventually to the attic. The northern office wing extensively damaged by the fire. The sanctuary affected by heat, smoke, and water. It took a couple of hours anyway, and 6 fire agencies to bring the blaze under control after it was first reported about 8:40 a.m. on Sunday morning. Fortunately, nobody was injured. Most forms of illegal drug possession will now be a misdemeanor in the state of Washington if Governor Jay Inslee signs off on a bill that was approved Saturday in the state legislature. The state Supreme Court's Blake decision struck down Washington's law making drug possession a felony, and the House and Senate rushed to plug that gap. A bill that would have converted drug possession to a gross misdemeanor was further amended to just misdemeanor status. Republicans, including 13th District Representative Tom Dent, asked for a tougher bill, but their amendment ultimately failed.
I think we've watered it down a lot, and that concerns me. But we need to remember this is a genetic disease. The disease of addiction is genetic. And as I said earlier, it's a disease of denial. And if you have it, you have it, and it will continually tell you you don't. A recovery is possible. I'm just concerned that we're going to take away the reason to get people into recovery. Most of your treatment centers will tell you when people come in, they will tell the folks who come in, a third of you will find recovery and find a new life. A third of you will come back again, and a third of you will die. That holds pretty true. I've lost friends and family. I've picked people up out of the gutters. I've got them out of their homes. I've taken them to my home. I've got them off the drugs or off the booze and helped them find some sobriety. I've get them into treatment centers, and I watch them go back out and do it again and die. As of on the 25th of May, I will be 34 years. And I'm proud of that. And I know the struggle, and I know the pain, and I know what it takes to get there.
The state of Washington is going to gain or lose any congressional seats as a result of the 2020 census, the state's population didn't shift enough over the last decade, to justify a change in our congressional delegation. Other states lost votes in the House. Illinois, New York, Ohio, California, Oregon, Florida, and Texas gained seats. Washington's bipartisan redistricting commission will now have to analyze the census to see how congressional districts might change to represent population density. The last time Washington gained a House seat in 2012, the 8th District changed its shape, of course, to encompass both portions of western and eastern Washington. A COVID-19 exposure among students in Lake Chelan at the Lake Chelan School District has sent a lot of students back to remote learning. A 5th grader at Morgan Owings Elementary School tested positive for coronavirus last Tuesday, and contact tracing determined that the student's entire cohort may have been exposed. District officials say they've sent the morning cohort back to remote instruction until a quarantine period has passed. 3 Chelan High School students also tested positive, but apparently they did not expose anybody on campus. Those 3 will also remain at home during quarantine. 2020 proved to be a big year for deer harvesting in our state. The State Department of Fish and Wildlife reports nearly 10,000 more hunters went into the field last year compared to 2019 and brought back more than 29,000 whitetails, bucktails, and mule deer. That's 2,000 more deer than last year and the most since 2016. The agency says the increases occurred mostly east of the Cascades in Chelan, Douglas, and Okanagan counties. They all saw bigger numbers, likely due to increased deer population and the general urge to get outdoors during the pandemic. The annual count of Washington's gray wolf population continued to grow in 2020. An estimated 178 wolves in 29 packs now range across the state. That's a 24% increase since 2019. The Department of Fish and Wildlife says those numbers are what's called a minimum count. That means the true number of wolves is likely higher. 4 new wolf packs formed in 2020, including the Navarre pack in Okanagan County. 7 packs were known to have preyed on livestock during 2020. Fish and Wildlife killed 3 wolves in response to those attacks last year. And the State Department of Natural Resources now has a funding approval to hire 100 more firefighters, restore vulnerable forests, and replace its aging helicopter fleet. On a Q&A session held on Friday, Public Lands Commissioner Hillary Franz and State Forester George Geisler said Washington has already experienced 214 wildfires this year, and it's not even summer. About 70% of those fires occurring east of the Cascades.
Last year, we know, was a real tough year. We had around 160 fires last year in all of April, and we're not even through all of the month of April. So unfortunately, we are predicting that this fire season coming up is going to be a tough one. And the resources that we get from the legislature aren't going to be coming in soon enough to be able to help us. And we're asking each and every one of you to help us keep Washington State safe, help us and our firefighters keep you and your families safe. For those who are in more wildland urban interface, please look around your home and create that defensible space, 10 feet from trees, and clean out your gutters. And there's a lot of work that you can be doing right now to help keep you and your family and your neighbors and our firefighters safe this fire season.
What we're seeing with climate change has really shown that we are having more and more fires. They're starting easier. They're carrying through the fuels much easier than they have been in the past. And so we have to increase the awareness of anyone who lives, works, or visits our forested areas or any of our open landscapes really across the state. You have to take that extra care.
And that's the news on this Tuesday morning. Grant will have the newscast for you tonight at 5, 6, and 10. And don't forget, if you have a news tip or if you want to just drop us a note and say hi, you are more than welcome to do so. We try to give you as many tools as possible to do that. You can use our Facebook page. Just use the Messenger app, and you can drop us a note that way. You can email us directly, news@ncwlife.com. That's our email address, news@ncwlife.com. And ncwlife.com is our website. Click on it, and you can see a form. It just fills right out. Pretty simple. Even I can do it. And I work here. Going to take a break. When we come back, some spectacular footage from Sunday afternoon at the Wenatchee Valley Super Oval. Plus, We will have highlights from the Mariners' loss to the Houston Astros, preview the world in prep sports. That's coming up. We'll also have the obscure holiday, some celebrity birthdays today in history. Mike McNally's got an opinion, and a conversation with Shelley Story from the Wenatchee chapter of MOPS, Mothers of Preschoolers. All coming up between now and the top of the hour. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
One of the funnest and finest musical events in the Pacific Northwest is happening right here in the Chelan Valley. The Lake Chelan Wine and Jazz Festival is back and better than ever. 4 days, 10 beautiful venues, 13 artists in 23 unique performances. Wine tasting, shopping, and food are also on the menu for this premier event. Get your tickets now for this amazing experience with net proceeds benefiting local charities. We'll see you at this year's Lake Chelan Wine and Jazz Festival.
Contractors, furniture makers, and weekend do-it-yourselfers around north central Washington will tell you that Lombard's Hardwood Supply is the place to get what you need. Lombard's full millwork shop can handle jobs large or small. Lombard's has a full line of interior and exterior doors available, as well as custom barn doors. From alderwood to zebrawood and everything in between, it's Lombard's Hardwood Supply on School Street in Sunny Slope. Like us on Facebook and check out our monthly special. Back at it at 16 minutes after the hour in sports. Who's kidding who? Driving a race car is dangerous. Doesn't matter the level of the race car action. That was the case at Wenatchee Valley's Super Oval. Extreme measures. They always take it at the WVSO to ensure that the driver's safety is their number one priority. And boy, did that come to bear on Sunday afternoon at the Tri-State Legends. Lance Mackey was racing in the Tri-State Legends Series. He had an accident. He was going about 60 miles an hour, and he clipped the tires of another car, rolled with the top of his car hitting the wall down the home stretch of the WVSO, and the roll cage in the car partially collapsed on Mackey. Now, incredibly, the entire sequence was captured on a GoPro camera inside Mackey's car, and it shows the incredible response that the safety crew does at the Wenatchee Valley Super Oval. Viewer discretion is advised. Here's the video.
Where's your main power? Where's your main power? Find his power. Find his power. Right here. Oh, I got you. Okay. We got you. You're okay. Okay. How you doing? Before we do anything with your car, I want to see how you're doing.
I'm all right. Get me out of here.
Okay. We're gonna try to roll you back up on your wheels. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. He's doing okay. We're gonna try to roll him back up on his wheels. I want the hook.
Hurry up.
You're okay. I have to get the hook to get you rolled back up because this bar is tied against you, okay?
Yeah.
Okay. How's your legs?
I don't know yet.
Not yet? Can you wiggle your toes?
Yep, I'm good.
Okay. Back it up. Run this boom over me.
Fine, get me out of here.
You're good? I need the strap and this hook and undo this hook. Both of them. I'll hook them both. Yeah, I got you on both. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna hold on. This one, tighten it up.
Come on.
Okay, slow it down. Slow it down. Okay, we're gonna flip. We're gonna boom up, but slow. We're gonna roll him up onto your thing. Keep your foot on the brake.
Okay.
Hold on, buddy. Hold on.
Yep.
Okay, go slow. Watch your leg. Go ahead and start setting him down on your fork. Set it down. Okay, hold on. Hold on. How you doing, buddy?
I'm on.
Okay, hold on. Let me get this. Let me try to get this bar up here off of you some, okay?
Yep.
Get it pinched. You want to try to go to the other side? No, because this bar is wedged in here. Give me this cable. Okay, hold. Up very slowly. Go. Ain't gonna do it. Ain't gonna do it. Hold on, hold on. Come back down just a little bit. It ain't gonna do it. We're pinched. Are you able to wiggle out around that steering wheel? Hold on. Is that gonna come off? There we go, there we go. Somebody help him out.
That's impressive. By the way, Lance is okay. A little sore, but he's okay. This is from his Facebook page, a photo that he posted. He's playing with his kids. Credit Mike Simmons, as you saw there, and the safety crew at Wenatchee Valley's Super Oval for their incredible response. Wow, dramatic stuff. Well, the Mariners, they dropped their second straight game. They lost to Houston last night. The final was 5-2 at Minute Maid Park in Houston. The lone bright spot in the game, homers from the Kyles, Kyle Lewis and Kyle Seager, and here they are.
Drives this one center field and deep. It's got Carey looking at go. It's gone. A home run for Kyle Lewis, and the Mariners on the board. It's 2-1. His first homer of the season. What a rocket that was.
Well, you figured it was going to take him a few games to kind of get his feet back underneath him. But how about a fastball top of the zone, 429 feet away, dead center, exit velo. We'll give him 108.
Kyle behind 0-2. Fly ball hit well, deep right center field. Got big time Carey. Say goodbye. Home run, Kyle Seager, his fourth. RBI number 20. So we got a 5-2 ball game.
Now for Urquidy, he hasn't made many mistakes, but this is definitely one of them, and Kyle didn't miss it. 105 on the exit velo, 0-2 count. That's the changeup. One of the few that he didn't get down out of the strike zone. Kyle able to dig it out and hit it 416 feet.
Just as Sheffield got knocked around, he gave up 5 runs, 14 hits over 5 1/3 innings. Seattle will try again tonight, 5-10. Marco Gonzalez will toe the rubber for the Mariners. Houston will go with Christian Javier. Seattle lost a little ground in the American League West. Oakland topped Tampa Bay 2-1. Sean Murphy's 2-run home run, and the top of the fourth was the difference. The A's improved to 15-8, and Shohei Ohtani delivered at the plate and on the mound in the Angels' 9-4 win at Texas. Ohtani pitching 5 innings, 9 strikeouts. He earned the victory, and at the plate he went 2 for 3 with a double, 3 runs, and a couple of RBIs. We got boys soccer tonight, live right here on the NCAA Live Channel. The 3-2 Kashmir Bulldogs take on the 2-3 Eastmont Wildcats at Wildcat Stadium. Sebastian Moraga, Neil Oyston with the call. Pre-game at 6:50. They'll get going at 7 o'clock. There's other soccer action today. Pateras will be at Oroville at 4:30. Quincy will host Wahluke at 6. Brewster plays at Tenasket, and Okanagan travels to Royal, also at 6. At 7 o'clock, we'll have the Kashmir and Eastmont game. Wenatchee will be hosting Cascade, and Moses Lake travels to Ephrata. Busy day in baseball today. Wahluke plays at Liberty Bell at 4. The 4:30 games have Wenatchee at Brewster, Chelan hosting Moses Lake. Warden is at Cascade. Kashmir entertains Okanagan. Tonasket travels to Omak. Waterville Mansfield hosts Manson. And Lake Roosevelt visits Royal. Eastmont and Ephrata will play tonight in the Basin at 6:45. Softball schedule got underway yesterday. Wenatchee lost to Ephrata. The final there was 16-8. Coming up today at 4 o'clock, you got Chelan at Wahluke. Quincy will host Royal. Elmira Cooley Hardline will visit Waterville Mansfield. The 4:30 games have Cascade at Kashmir, Omak hosting Lake Roosevelt, Oroville plays at Pateros, and Okanagan visits Tonasket. And those are just some of the games that people are playing or are scheduled to play on this Tuesday, the 27th day of April. I had just a couple of obscure holidays to choose from. Today is National Tell a Story Day. No, we're going to go with the king of meats. The king of meats. Prime rib. Sometimes known as a standing rib roast. It's located between the 8th and 12th rib on the upper back of the cattle. You cook, of course, the prime rib, you cook it low and slow for a long period of time. You make sure that the bone is at the bottom so the meat doesn't actually touch the roasting pan. That ensures that it's going to be juicy and succulent. It is known as the king of meats. Prime rib is. Who doesn't love a good prime rib? Prime rib, center cut, quite a bit of red, I don't mind that. Asparagus, a baked potato, a loaded baked potato, a little side salad just to offset the meat and the potato. Again, the asparagus, and is it au jus or horseradish? I'm a horseradish kind of guy, a little bit of a spice. Got no problems with au jus either. Go out and make yourself a prime rib today. They're expensive, but they're worth every bite. National Prime Rib Day today. I don't know why. It just is. And I'm all for it. Absolutely a remarkable baseball feat happened on this date. For Bud Clancy of the Chicago White Sox, he was the first baseman. And on this date in 1930, 91 years ago today, he didn't even have to play in the game. He's the first baseman. Now keep in mind, in baseball, a fielder's total chances are basically any time you touch the baseball. If you catch the baseball, you throw the baseball, you field the baseball, that's a total chance. So the odds are pretty good. In fact, they're outstanding that a first baseman is going to at least catch the ball a couple of times, right? He's the first baseman. Bud Clancy played the entire game against the St. Louis Browns and never once touched the baseball. It had never happened before in the history of the modern game. How could this possibly happen? Here are the 27 outs that St. Louis recorded. By the way, the White Sox won 2-1. St. Louis Browns in the first inning, caught stealing, popped to third, popped to third. Second inning, popped to second, strikeout, line to center. Third inning, strikeout, fly to center, pop to third. Fourth inning, pop to short, fly to center, fly to left, fly to left, fly to right, strikeout, popped up to third, popped up to short, strikeout, 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 strikeout. Shortstop unassisted, popped out to short, and then line to center field. The first baseman never once touched the ball. It's almost impossible. It's almost inconceivable, but it happened on this date 91 years ago today. Operation Moolah is now in effect. The Korean War was getting towards the end of the Korean War. This was April 27, 1953. The peace talks in Panmunjom were going on, and it looked like they were going to come to a peace agreement. So they launched Operation Moolah, $50,000 to any pilot Chinese fly a MiG into South Korea and land it. And if you were the first pilot to ever do that, you would get a $50,000 bonus. You would get $100,000. Nobody really knows if it was successful because nobody actually did it. One guy actually did it a couple of months later in September of 1953, but by that time the Korean War was over. And by the way, the pilot who actually flew from North Korea to South Korea and delivered a MiG-15 didn't even know about Operation Moolah. Oh well, it's worth a shot. And happy birthday to the computer mouse. There it is. April 27th, 1981, 40 years ago today, Xerox introduces the computer mouse. And there it is, the first computer mouse. I have two at home. In case one breaks, I got another one. Bottom of the hour, birthdays. We always do presidents. I didn't really know a lot about Ulysses S. Grant as a president until I read Ron Chernow's book called Grant a couple of years ago. Gave me an entirely new appreciation for Ulysses S. Grant as the president and not so much as a Civil War general. He was born in the state in 1822. He was the 18th president of the United States. He was born Hiram Ulysses Grant, but when he went to West Point and they put your initials on all of your gear, your Foot Locker and whatever, that would have made his initials Hug. He didn't like that. So he dropped the H altogether and he became U.S. Grant. The S stood for nothing. In his class of West Point, he was 21st out of 39 in his class at West Point. He had a lot of demerits because he was a kind of a sloppy dresser and a bit of an undisciplinarian. But once the Civil War started, he found his niche. He was a late bloomer. His favorite breakfast, a cucumber dipped and soaked in vinegar. Ugh. And you would think the Civil War, the bloodiest war in this country's history, there was nothing uncivil about it. And I mean, just by sheer blood, Ulysses S. Grant was queasy. He detested the sight of blood. He had to have his meat cooked, basically burnt. If it had any part of red in the meat, he would immediately become queasy and nauseous. You would think that wouldn't be the case. Ulysses S. Grant, terribly underrated as a president, born in the state in 1822. Rogers Hornsby is the greatest second baseman in baseball history, unquestionably in my mind. He hit .424. .424 was his batting average in 1924. That is still the best single-season batting average ever. His .358 batting average for career is second all-time, only to Ty Cobb. He was born in the state in 1896. He was inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame in 1942, and he was a jerk. Nobody liked him. His teammates didn't like him. The other teams didn't like him. Organized baseball didn't like him. The owners didn't like him. The writers didn't like him. He liked kids, and kids liked him, and that was really about it. Rogers Hornsby, one of the the greatest second baseman in baseball history, and quite possibly the biggest jerk in baseball history. We miss Casey Kasem, American Top 40, voiceover actor. It's amazing how much voiceover he did. Of course, he was the voice of both Scooby-Doo and Shaggy, but he did a bunch of cartoons. He spent his final years of his life in Gig Harbor. Casey Kasem, born in the state of 1932. We lost Casey 6 years ago at the age of 82. If you're a Seahawk fan, we all love and we miss Chuck Knox. Brown Chuck, head coach of the Seahawks from 1983 to 1991. He went 80-63. He led the Seahawks to their first 4 playoff appearances. He is in the Seahawks Ring of Honor, the great Chuck Knox, born in the state in 1932, passed away a couple of years ago. And the great singer from Peru, Eric Fukusaki. Eric Fukusaki, my favorite singer from Peru, celebrates his 30th birthday today. I didn't want to forget Eric. Hi, Eric. How are you? 33 minutes after the hour, I'm going to take a break. Mike Magnotti has got an opinion. And then my conversation with Shelley Story. She runs the local chapter of MOPS, Mothers of Preschoolers, and their annual fundraiser is 1 week from Saturday. We'll talk about that when we come back. You're watching Wake Up at Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Live channel.
It's the huge grand opening of Click It RV in Moses Lake. Click It RV and the RV manufacturers have joined together to offer huge incentives and savings.
You guys gotta beat the spring rush and get in here now.
Everything is coming up zero, with 0 down, 0 payments for 90 days, 0 worries, lifetime warranty, and 0 for a solar panel with any RV purchase. It's a 000 grand opening going on now at Click It RV in Moses Lake. And get into Click It RV for parts, service, new and used during this huge grand opening sale.
Be a winner like me and get the Click It RV. Bring the whole family up to Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house in historic downtown Chelan. Applewood smoked brisket, street-style tacos, and our award-winning barbecue rubs and sauces. Our meals pair perfectly with our exciting lineup of craft ales, made right here in Chelan. We've got room for big groups, or give us a call for catering. So grab the kids and check out the fun at Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house located in the heart of Chelan.
Hey everyone, Fletcher and Amy Ellington here from Live It Up. In the investment world, ROI stands for Return on Investment. Well, how does better health, better wealth, and better relationships sound for ROI? Join us every week right here on NCW Life and learn how to invest in the most important asset, you.
We're going to answer your questions and provide some weekly inspiration so you can create a life that you love. Join us on Live It Up.
Arctic Refrigeration and Heating has been serving North Central Washington since 1984, providing the finest Bryant systems for both your heating and cooling needs. Along with prompt and professional service for both your residential and commercial needs, they also offer service and maintenance on your gas fireplaces. As always, Arctic is available 24 hours a day for any of your emergency calls. Whatever it takes, Arctic Refrigeration and Heating, the temperature experts. Highlander Golf Course is proud to announce their 2 new state-of-the-art full-swing golf simulators with over 80 courses of virtual golf to choose from year-round. Or try their Laser Shot simulated firearm program, or gaming with football, basketball, and much more. Enjoy Highlander food and drink service from their full-service bar and grill in the comfort of their simulator room. Call the Highlander Pro Shop to book your time at 884-4653. That's 884-4653.
Mary Maids of Wenatchee has been professionally cleaning and sanitizing homes and businesses in North Central Washington since 1998. Mary Maids uses commercial-grade cleaners and viricides. Mary Maids has implemented additional safety and sanitation protocols. They are strictly following CDC guidelines for the safety of their clients and employees. For expert help with cleaning and sanitizing your home or business, call or look up Mary Maids of Wenatchee to schedule your free estimate today.
Hey, this is Mike Mad Dog Magnotti, and everybody is entitled to my opinion. Now, somebody once told me the reason they had a problem with homosexuality is that I can't stand the gay agenda. All right, well, my question is, what is the gay agenda? That they want to live in peace? They want to stop being harassed and stop being condemned to hell by supposedly loving Christians? That's an agenda? Yeah, I know. Sometimes it's the media that shows us something different than this, but even so, if you were gay, wouldn't you have an agenda? I mean, come on. This is Mike Mad Dog Magnotti, and that's my opinion.
JDSA Law is a proud sponsor of these local sports broadcasts. They've been serving North Central and Eastern Washington since 1946. For over 70 years, their team of dedicated professionals has delivered quality, innovative legal services. JDSA Law partners with you to provide the finest legal advice and support as you navigate your personal and business challenges, risks, and accomplishments. At JDSA Law, they salute our local athletes and wish them well on another excellent season of competition.
Hi, I'm Shauna Larson. I'm the designated broker here at Laura Mounter Real Estate. We are a locally owned firm, and we've worked hard to earn our reputation of always doing business the right way. Laura Mounter Real Estate is continually investing in the best technologies and highest quality marketing. For these reasons, our community has voted us the world's best real estate office for the past 5 years. If you have real estate needs, let a Laura Mounter Real Estate agent show you the difference.
What is it about Tipsy Canyon Winery that keeps people coming back? Is it the magnificent view from the hillside tasting room? Is it the exceptional but affordable wines? Or is it just the fact that you feel right at home from the minute you walk through the door? Actually, it's all this and more. Experience the Tipsy Canyon Winery located just outside of Manson. Your new home away from home.
At Washington Trust Bank, can't is a 4-letter word.
I think I'll sell my veggies at the market.
You even remember to water the house plants. I do this?
You can do this.
Hey, we need to build a home office. We're adding another bathroom.
I think I'll study programming.
Bro, you even connect your phone to Bluetooth.
We believe you can do whatever you set your mind to, and we'll help you get there. Washington Trust Bank, privately owned, locally invested.
Welcome back to Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. I am Dan Kuntz. We are here at beautiful Walla Walla Point Park, and we're here for a good reason, because on Saturday the 8th, this is going to be the place to be if you want to help raise money for MOPS, Mothers of Preschoolers. Is that right? Did I get that?
Yeah,
correct,
you're
Shelley?
right on.
Shelley, introduce yourself to our television family.
My name's Shelley Story. I'm the coordinator for the Wenatchee MOPS group, which is Mothers of Preschoolers, as you mentioned. It's kind of a local group that's actually about 80 to 100 people normally. That's just moms and people that are on the leadership team. We have a lot of kids that also come as well. And so we're just here to support one another, to be a part of this really awesome organization that we get together. We socialize, we have lunch or brunch, whatever you want to call it, and we do fun things like Mom's Night Out, Service Project, Arts and Crafts, 5K.
5K, which is what we're going to talk about here, because the big fundraiser, again, is Saturday the 8th, and it's right here at Walla Walla Point Park, which is why we were here. MOPS is a national organization, right? I mean, you're a chapter of a national organization, which has been going on for how long?
Oh gosh, I don't even know how long. Oh, here locally, we've been going for many years, and then MOPS internationally has been going on for decades as well. It's definitely a long-standing organization that's run all throughout the country and the world.
Being a mother of a preschooler, or even a father of a preschooler, it can be tough.
Yeah.
So that having that support group, that built-in support group of other mothers who know exactly what they're going through is it gets you through some pretty tough times in those initial couple of years from conception to off they go to school.
Yeah, most of our moms have kids anywhere from infant to 5 years old going into kindergarten, and then of course a lot of them have older kids as well as younger kids. And I tell you what, when I first joined MOPS, I was like, I kind of need to find some other moms that I can connect with that have kids. A lot of my friends had older kids. It's like, I need to find moms that have younger kids. So I connected, and it was the best decision I ever made. Just the support group. A lot of times when our moms have new babies, we do a meal train for them to just bring food to them for weeks that they can just love on their moms, love on their babies and just focus on their babies at that time. We do stuff like that, or if they're going through crisis, we help support them as well.
Babies don't come with instruction manuals. My mom told me that. And especially, I suppose your organization is vitally important for first-time mothers, because they're the ones who, am I going to be good? What do I do? How do you take the baby home from the hospital? It's your first baby.
Yeah.
Now what? What do I do?
And that's where it comes in really handy that we have a bunch of mamas here that you become friends with and rely on. We also have mentor moms. So they're usually older moms who have gone through it all, who have older kids that they've experienced basically everything you can probably experience as a mom. One of them has experienced something. And so they're really good support for us as well.
How do your members end up on your radar? How do people go, I want to join MOPS, or I didn't know MOPS existed, or how do you recruit new members besides hanging around the hospital?
A lot of times it's word of mouth, but we also are partnered with Sage Hills Church here in town, and they do a lot of the word spreading as well. We're on their website. And then internationally, a lot of times people move from out of town, know about MOPS, and they get connected by reaching out and looking on the website to find out about our local chapter.
So you mentioned that there's mentor moms, so even if you quote unquote age out, so to speak, you no longer have a child in between conception to kindergarten or first grade or whatever it is, you can still be a part of the organization.
Yeah, and actually there's also an organization that is alongside of just MOPS called MOPS Next, and that is moms of older age kids that we've actually looked into bringing to Wenatchee as well. But you're correct, yes, you could also become a mentor mom, and a lot of our mentor moms have been through MOPS as well.
Do you have a structured bylaws and a constitution and things like that, or do you all get together and have some fun?
Yeah, not necessarily. Our leadership team does. We have a leadership covenant that we sign of how we will act and support our mamas and that sort of thing. But generally speaking, no, we just agree to avoid gossip and like talking about politics at the group, and be kind. Your normal cordialties.
So you started out as just a member, then you kind of morphed into a leadership role. Is that what you're getting out of this?
My very first year I was a member was like, I need to do more with this organization. I love it so much. I had a passion for it. So the next year I was a table leader. All of us sit at a different, probably like 10 or 11 different tables, and so each table has a mentor mom, has a leadership member, and then the rest of the members as well. And so the next year I was a table leader, which led discussion and helped lead the mamas to different events around town that we were doing. And then this year, our coordinator that had been here for about 5 years decided to step down, and the coordinator of the entire group. And I stepped into that role.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Good for you. Do you bring your kids to the meetings, or is that
No, we bring our kids. We actually have childcare. So our meetings can be child-free, but our children can go to childcare. They have fun. They're in different age groups, kind of like a preschool or a daycare might be. It's run by Sage Hills Church, and so all of the childcare workers are background checked, and so we're really confident in who's caring for our kids.
Some of these kids kind of grow up to be friends, right?
Oh,
They
absolutely.
end up playing on the same t-ball team and then baseball and whatever. They kind of start hanging around together.
Well, that's what you got to love about Wenatchee, right? Small town feel. So you go to MOPS and you're probably going to be on the same t-ball team or in the same school class.
It's supposed to be just gorgeous on Saturday here at Walla Walla Plain Park, coming up on, not this Saturday, but on May 8th. Might be nice this Saturday too, for all I know.
Probably.
So talk about the events on Saturday, the 8th day of May, right here at Walla Walla Plain Park.
So we have Run for Your Mother 5K. This is our 4th annual one that we've had, and we're really excited this year because last year we went virtual because of COVID. And so this year we actually get to have an in-person race, and we're just really excited. The PUD has paired with us to make a really fun, safe event for everybody. So at 8 a.m. we're having the Kids 1K, which is free. Yeah, it's so awesome, and it's so fun to see the little kids do their little race, and they get prizes at the end, so they're really excited for that. And then at 9 a.m. we're having our normal 5K, which is open to MOPS members, to the community. Anybody who wants to sign up can do it. If you go to our Facebook page, it's a link, Run for Your Mother 5K, and then there's a web score link in there that you can sign up from just online. And I tell you what, we've had quite a few people register already. I think people are really excited about in-person races. Of course, we have prizes for the winner and second runner-up as well.
This is some competition
here. It could be competition, but a lot of moms like me, when I raced my first year, it wasn't really a race. It was kind of like a walk jog. I did it just for the social aspect, which is why I do most things in life is for the social aspect. But a lot of moms and community members do it just for the social aspect as well. So you can make it a race and you can try and win as well, or you can just come out and have fun.
Just look for a bunch of screaming kids. It's like a Kuntz family reunion, really, is what it is.
Yeah.
So MOPS is going strong. I mean, you stepped into this leadership role, as you mentioned, Shelley. Is this a skill set that you thought that you had or didn't even know you had? What are you taking out of MOPS from a Shelley perspective, from you?
I just love loving on our moms of the Wenatchee Valley. Like, I knew going into it when I was a mom that I needed that support system, especially being a new mom, and I wanted to be able to give that to our community. And not only that, I partner really well with Sage Hills Church. I go to a church that's our sister church of Sage Hills Church, and I just love loving on these moms and being a part of helping them do something fun in town and having good relationships with each other. So that's what I'm taking away from it. It's been a hard year in COVID, and a lot of people have really struggled to have relationships, to not feel, alone at home. And so we've worked really hard with our moms in the community to be able to support them and make sure that they know that they're here, they're heard, and they're not alone.
How do people become a member of MOPS? Pitch your organization to my viewers, please, Shelley.
Yeah, so we actually, if you go to Sage Hill Church's website, we have a link on there that has all of my contact information, and right now we are getting ready to sign up for next year. And so if that's something that you're interested in, we take a break during the summertime. And we do meet up during the summertime, just very casually, but we'll start meetings up again in September, and they can go to the Sage Hill Church's website and contact me through the information there. Or if they are really zealous, they can go to social media, and they can go to the MOPS page and Facebook Messenger me. That'll go straight to me as well.
What's up with diapers? I went shopping the other day. It's ridiculous what diapers cost.
Oh, I just bought some today. I know.
Insane. What do I?
Well,
I know.
You got to start cloth diapering, I guess. I mean, that's the cheapest way. I don't know.
It just strikes me as something's not right there in the world of diapers. Somebody's making a lot of money off kids' poop, I guess is the best way to put it. The thing I'm taking away as I talk to you, Shelley, is we're getting, again, May 8th is the big fun run right down here at Walla Walla Plain Park. Yeah, it's a support group. Yeah, it's important for mothers to get together because they have so many shared experiences. But I'm getting out of this is that you ladies have a lot of fun. I'm getting that.
Yeah, we do have a lot of fun, and we're able to have a lot of fun by having, so this 5K is vital because it's our fundraiser for the year. So a lot of the money that we raise from this goes directly to our child care expenses mamas, to all of our fun activities that we do, to scholarships for mamas, to be able to participate for those who can't afford to participate. So it's a vital part of our fundraising efforts. We have some sponsors such as Valencia Fencing and AmeriGroup and Premier One. They're our top sponsors. Valencia Fencing is our platinum sponsor and the other two are our gold sponsors. And it's just people like them and community members that are a part of this run that make it possible for us to have a good time and have relationships with each other.
Saturday, May 8th, right here where we're speaking at Walla Walla Point Park. It's probably going to be easy to find, right? You're all gathered together to...
Yep, we're going to meet right here, right where the playground is, and we'll have stuff set up for the kids to play. We'll have a silent auction as well, probably some baked goods out there, so some good stuff to eat. And then if for some reason you can't sign up beforehand, you forget, come the morning of, we'll get you signed up. That's no problem at all, but you can sign up ahead of time, and kids are signing. We ask that you sign the kids up as well. They're free.
I wouldn't be surprised if people come down to the park on Saturday, May 8th and going, what's going on? And before you know it, you have about 5 or 6 more MOPS members.
Oh,
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yes, no, that's what we hope for. We love to connect with people that way.
Shelley, it's good to see you. I hope you have a great time on the 8th. And let us know how it goes, okay?
Yeah, we will. Thanks, Dan.
All right. You're watching Wake Up in Wenatchee Valley. We'll be right back.
Need a break from reality? Central Washington Water has a showroom full of possibilities, with service and support to keep you soaking and giving you the absolute best ownership experience. Free flow plug-and-go spas for as little as $45 a month. There's a hot tub for everyone at Central Washington Water. Shop screen to screen, in-store, or a backyard consultation with one of our wellness team members. Central Washington Water, your water experts.
Doghouse Motorsports just won Best Motorsports Store for the 7th year in a row. Is it the great facility? Is it the fantastic products? Or is it?
I'm Bobby.
And I'm Tabor.
I'm Mike. And I'm Glenn.
Hi, I'm Todd. I'm Jeff. And this is the Doghouse Service Team.
Hi, I'm Dee.
And I'm Dwayne.
And I'm Kathy.
Come on in and experience the Doghouse.
Are you in the Doghouse?
I'm Jenny Rojanasatian, and this is Guada TV. Every week we will be bringing you a first look at North Central Washington business, tech, and education news. You'll hear from local influencers and innovators who live right here in the Valley. Together, we'll discuss hot topics, current events, and resources that can support your business, our schools, and this community. Join me every week, and let's get inspired.
Hey folks, Carrie from Blueberry Hills. Looking for great food that's also an experience? Come on out to Blueberry Hills in Manson. Open year-round and named one of the top 4 restaurants in the state worth the drive for breakfast by the Seattle Times. Serving down-home scratch country cooking with huge portions at family-friendly prices. Great food and a fun experience for the whole family, and definitely worth the drive. For more information, check our website at wildaboutberries.com.
By working together as a community, we can all play a part in promoting children's well-being and strengthening families. April is National Child Abuse Prevention Month. Chelanne Douglas CASA is dedicated to supporting families and reducing the risk of child abuse and neglect. Join us in our community-wide Pinwheel project and help keep kids safe. If you suspect a child is being abused or neglected, please call 1-866-363-4276.
And we are back on this Tuesday edition of Wake Up in Wenatchee Valley, 27th day of April, 2021. I am Dan Kuntz. Beautiful morning. Temperatures around the area right now. Wenatchee's at 49 degrees. Ephrata, you're checking in at 52 out of the Columbia Basin. Omak, 46. Cashmere, 48 degrees. And in Dryden, downtown Dryden, it's 45. In suburban Dryden, it's also 45 degrees. We have a little bit of time. Let's take one more tour around the valley because the sun's up. Got some slightly different sun angles now. Still see those high clouds off to the north of us from our cross camera overlooking the valley proper. As I mentioned before, the trees are going crazy. Pretty much all the trees except like big maples, the ones that are always the last ones to really bloom out and get their leaves going. They're still kind of sleeping a little bit, but the rest of the trees, at least to what I've been able to observe, are getting going and getting going good. So beautiful view there. Of course, we get 14 hours and 17 minutes of daylight. These days get longer and longer. And the weather forecast, by the way, pretty snooze-inducing. There just isn't really a lot of weather out there, and I think most people are just fine with that. Certainly the orchardists would like a nice, quiet weather pattern so the cherries and the apples can get a good head start on the growing season. So we're using the same cameras, I'm told, from Megan. So there we go. Oh, that's a much better view from the Apple Annie's camera. An hour ago, of course, the great swath of downtown Cashmere was in shadow as the sun has now crept over the top of the ridge by the Apple Annie's camera. We call that the Apple Annie's camera because it's on that ridge high above the Apple Annie's Antique Mall there in Cashmere. You can see Riverside Park to your right, way off in the distance. You can see Steins Hill. Can't quite make out Mount Cashmere. And I think, yep, I'm waving to Captain Wagner. There's the captain. There he is on his way into the office. Good morning to our friends in Cashmere. Beautiful area there. Camera 3. We're back up to Chelan, Lake Chelan from the Union Valley camera. We had to move that camera about 2 years ago. The camera was about a mile closer to Chelan proper. We had to move it a ways for reasons I don't know. I haven't got an idea why we did that. Wapato Point, Manson to your right, Chelan out of view to your left. Beautiful view from Chelan. I think they're starting to fill the lake up. I'm not 100% sure. I'll know for sure at this time tomorrow because we're going to be up in Chelan for the day tomorrow to visit with our friends to the north of us. So good morning to Chelan from our Union Valley camera. And I think it's back, speaking of lakes, there's Lake Wenatchee. We did the Two Rivers camera about an hour ago and it was still in black and white. That's how these cameras work. If there's not enough light, natural light, they switch automatically to black and white, so whatever information we can get into the frame, we can actually see, and then when the light gets intense enough, the cameras switch automatically from black and white to color. So there is Lake Wenatchee. Again, the little Wenatchee River would be to your right, to your right, the White River to your left. They both flow into the head of Lake Wenatchee, and then of course it becomes the Wenatchee River on the other end. The Wenatchee River flows into the Columbia River. The Columbia River flows into the Pacific Ocean, and the Pacific Ocean doesn't flow anywhere. Good morning, Lake Wenatchee. Is that fog or smoke? I'm thinking way off in the distance that you see there at the bottom of the lake. That could be some hazy smoke from, fires from cabins and things like that. That's a guess, although I don't actually know. It's always good to see our friends at Lake Wenatchee. All of these cameras, courtesy of Localtel's Sky-Fi high-speed wireless. It's a great thing. You can have screaming fast internet at your house, at your cabin, at Lake Wenatchee, for instance, because all of these cameras that we're showing you, they're on Sky-Fi towers. And the Sky-Fi system is it's all dish operated, it's all line of sight. They put a dish somewhere, attach it to your house, and they can point it to any number. There's 100 and some odd Sky-Fi tower sites all over the Wenatchee Valley, all over north central Washington, out into the Columbia Basin. So if you live in a remote area, and a lot of people enjoy that remote living, but you still need really fast internet to get the job done for whatever the case may be, you can still get it. Just get a hold of Localtel at 888-8888. Tell them where you live, and they will tell you like that whether you are eligible for Sky-Fi. Okay, from the National Weather Service, you see just a few high clouds out behind my shoulder, and we are going to see some clouds thickening up as the day progresses. We'll get up to right around 70, maybe 71 as far as the wind is concerned. Northwest wind about 6 to 10 miles an hour. For tonight, fairly cloudy, 44 for the overnight low. There is no rain in the forecast despite the cloud cover we're expecting tonight. Tomorrow we'll have a few clouds in the morning giving way to sunshine in the afternoon. Very nice Wednesday. We'll be up into the mid-70s anyway, and no real wind. Thursday, look at that, 82 degrees under partly sunny skies. We have a ridge of high pressure that's building in the area, and that means dry and warm, no real winds. Out in the Columbia Basin, probably should mention this, Quincy, Moses Lake, Ephrata, you could get some wind every once in a while. We're going to be pretty well sheltered here in the Wenatchee Valley. Friday, a little bit cooler, high of 76 degrees, and then for the weekend, it's back down to seasonable norms. 71, 70, and 71. Our normal high at this time of the year is right about 65 or 66, so this warm trend continues. It has been an abnormally quiet spring. It just has been. The one thing that we do need, and we've talked about this, we need rain. We need rain, and we haven't gotten any. Normally, by this time of the year, on a normal April, we would have almost half an inch of rain. April can be one of the wetter months. April and October tend to be the wetter months when it comes to just rain and not snow. Hasn't happened, and there's none in the forecast. Don't forget we have high school soccer tonight. The Cashmere Bulldogs, the boys soccer team, will be traveling to East Wenatchee to take on the Eastmont Wildcats. We'll have the pregame at 6:50. They'll start playing at 7 o'clock with Sebastian and Neil Oyston on the call. Have a great Tuesday. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.